I'm gonna forget how to speak Spanish. I know
Oh,
10 and then maybe 11. Once I think that's what I know.
Did I? I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna open this closet.
Uh-oh. Why? What's in that closet? Let me turn all of my volumes down. Does everybody have enough beverage?
If,
Yeah, it should be good.
if I have to, I have this full thing.
This isn't full, but I think I can man. I mean, I did just start the stream, but it's fine. It's whatever. Let me send out a quick "What up, people?" message. Share link.
I already ran my D&D session this morning, so it's been
How did that go?
a full day. It went okay.
I'm also hoping for the session to go okay. Is it just a DM thing where you feel constantly underprepared?
I don't know. I'm running Tomb of Annihilation, which is a really hard campaign, and bad things keep happening, and they're not going to stop happening.
Right.
And I know they just want like happy endings.
Wrong campaign for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know.
Like, the first time I ran a one-off, I completely forgot to write stats for the final boss, so I kind of just winged it.
I remember when you first told me one of the campaign you were gonna run with your players is Tomb Annihilation. Okay, so I was like, oh man. So where are you guys at?
They're currently at Camp Vengeance.
Is that not? Is this pre-Tomb?
Yeah, it's a really long campaign.
Yeah.
And they scared off their guide. And their guide then
no.
killed one of the party members.
Oh, great.
That's
Listen, I don't.
yikes.
Did I want for this to happen? No. Is this the fight they chose to pick? Yeah.
Okay, then, I mean, that's called consequences.
Yeah. Be prepared for the consequences of your action.
They're a bitch.
Well, they picked a fight with the guide, and then the guy was like, okay, well, if you guys are going to be rude to me, I'm leaving. And they left, and then they were like, no, we have to track them down and punish them. And then it turned out the guide was a were-tiger, and so just slaughtered. It's like, I tried to warn you. I really did. I gave you every warning.
Meanwhile, I'm planning Strahd must die tonight, except it's set at a Sandals resort, and Strahd looks like Alice Cooper.
Are you running that tonight? What time are you running that?
No, not tonight.
Oh.
Hell no.
Okay.
I'm running it in like a month.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Because like someone posted a meme, and then I started having insane ideas, and I'm gonna be running it in person when I take a trip to Colorado to go to that Ren Fair with a bunch of friends.
Ren Fair.
Nice.
Do you dress up?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of horrible person am I? Like, of course,
Well,
I to go to the Ren Fair.
The most recent Ren Fair I went to, I didn't really dress up.
No, I have a kilt, so I'm going to wear my damn kilt at any.
Hell yeah! Be sure to send us pictures.
Of course.
Oh, Crow's live. We're
I
just
am
talking
alive.
about kill.
That's fine. I think it's important stream conversation.
Yeah, well, you know.
Like, I specifically got shorter boots so I could show off my calves in my kilt.
Love that. Love that for you. Oh no. I'm just gonna yeah, that looks nicer. Oh, just a little bit. Okay, so last time on Kingdom of Winola, the lot of us, the lot of y'all, had chased a couple of stinky pirates down an alley. Fought those stinky pirates and realized they were never stinky pirates to begin with, but instead weird grub amalgamation, feasting on their guts and living in skin suits. And then you guys found your way into the crow's nest, where you were warmly welcomed. You got some drinks. Crow was like, y'all need to go get this thief who's trying to steal my books. He did not quite fill you in on the whole situation. And you found yourselves sucked into a book that took you to a world that was very strange. You killed a couple of card people, and Marguerite stole a very fancy-looking scepter. And then you chased him into another book. So, let's see.
I also bullied a rabbit.
You did bully a rabbit. You did bully a rabbit. I don't know if that'll come to bite us in the ass or not. I guess we'll see. Maybe. All right. 2. Session 2. All right. After everybody Geronimo's into the book, you find yourself swirling and warping after the thief. And as you start to come to into the next world, you see a town, a village, very warm, dry air. You look around and you see a lot of your friends, minus one of them, your Sharkin acquaintance, disappeared somehow in between books. Very strange. And you look around, you see a town and a market square and farms. The farmland looks very dry, and the desert, I mean, it's almost like a desert-like area because the ground has looked like it hasn't rained in a long time. It appears as if there's a drought in the area, and there's some crops barely growing, and it looks like it's just not enough for the town. You see a market that's not really bustling, but a lot of people trying to welcome people to buy, but not a lot of people looking like they want to spend money. It's very hot, very dry. You find yourself parched as you come to. What would you all like to do?
Get a drink, I guess.
Get a drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Sure. I mean, you see some people kind of around. You see some people in the market. There are some random like houses around. So if there's anyone you'd like to talk to, anybody specific you want to go see, you don't really know what this place is, what's really going on. So it's up to you.
What are the other stores around the market?
Yeah, you see a couple of like vendors. Somebody selling jewelry that looks like it might be made with like fake metal, might be made with real metal. Who knows? You might have to look into it a little bit. There's just a couple of people selling like baked goods, but the baked goods look like they've been like baked a while ago, so they're kind of dry and stale, and a couple of them look like they might get a little hairy and moldy. There are some fresh fruit vendors. The fresh fruit looks a little old and squishy, but they are there. They are indeed there. A lot of the people around here look human. You don't really see any of the various races that you see back where you guys came from.
So there's literally nothing that doesn't look shady.
I wouldn't
Everything
necessarily.
looks at least a little bit shady.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say shady. It more looks like it. The area just isn't very wealthy, and they don't have a lot going for them. Like the houses.
Okay,
are
have they
like-
noticed us?
We
We brought a bird.
You did bring a bird. That you did bring a bird. Nobody is directly staring at you. You might see a couple of passersby give you very strange glances, as if they're like, "What on earth is going on?" But nobody is really doing anything about the bird, the dwarf, the elves. They're like they accept you, but they're a little like, "Who are these people?" They're, you know.
Delightful.
Yes.
I mean, I could use some food and maybe a little nap after I'm still not quite recovered, guys, from having a house dropped
That's
on
true.
my face.
Yeah, and
We have not rested at all.
I'm just. There's this giant scar across my chest, which is just.
Yeah, is there like someone who? Do we need to have someone look at that?
Listen, I have no idea. But
That-
something's up with this sword.
With your sword.
Yeah.
I don't have cure wounds prepared.
I did not bring any healing with me personally. But we have this. We have the food that Crow gave us before we left.
Yeah, I kind of want to save it though, because if the rest of this adventure is going to go like that, I might need that at a later opportunity.
I mean, open chest wound might.
No. So look at what I have. So for fighter, one thing's like I could use a 1d10 plus my level once between rests to heal myself, which I'm gonna do right now.
Yeah,
So your
second
hit
one
die?
is super fun.
Okay. Oh, okay. Second wind. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If that, yeah, you're feel free. Go ahead and do what you need to do. Would you like to? So it just gives you 1d10, and you can use it once per level.
Yeah. Or
Once
As a-
per or recharges short rest or long rest.
yeah.
That's pretty rad. Okay, I like
Yeah.
that.
That will
like a
bring me
bonus
back
action.
up to full health.
Very nice. Around you, you all see Ezio, your bird friend slash acquaintance slash newfound ally, start to heal. Ezio, the scar does not. It stays on your chest. You feel fine, but that scar is still there, and it looks nasty. It doesn't look like it's like her like going to blister up or anything. It's like a scar that's almost like it's been there for years, but it is there. Would anybody like to do anything around the town, or you guys want to just keep talking?
I want to bully a vendor.
A vendor?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go talk to the fake jewelry person.
The fake jewelry
Oh
person?
no.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go towards a fruit vendor.
Okay. Well, let's do jewelry first. As you approach the jewelry vendor, you see this kind of like old, plump, very chipper looking man smile, and he's like, "Hello, hello, hello, friend. Would you like to find some jewelry, pretty lady jewelry?" And he kind of holds out the necklace. He holds out the bracelet. You like necklace? You like bracelet? What would you like?
I'd like to know the name of the town, actually.
The name of this town? Oh,
Yeah.
well, this is Eastwood. Where are you from?
Oh, just around.
Around? Like Eastwood?
Oh, not exactly. A little bit out of town, You
Oh,
have to ride in.
Westwood.
Oh, yeah, Westwood. Exactly.
Westwood. Okay. I heard the ladies are quite tall down there. I didn't hear anything about the pointy ears, but I like it. Are they real or are they fake?
Oh, it's just a fashion trend I'm trying out.
And your friend over there who has the wings, is that a costume?
Yeah, we partied a little too hard last night, and he just didn't
Oh,
have time to go
you
home
went to
to
that. You
change.
went to
Yeah.
that rager. You went to that rager in Southwood.
Oh, yeah. We're just
Yeah.
stopping here on our way home.
I wanted to go myself, but I had to sell jewelry, so yeah.
Yeah. So, do you make this jewelry or?
Do I make? Oh, all of this jewelry comes from very, very fine fashion shop in Eastwood, South. It's like Southwood and Eastwood, but between the two.
Between the two. Okay, sure.
Yes.
And what's your name? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
My name, Chip.
Chip.
I'm
Okay.
Chip.
That's an excellent name, Chip.
Thank you. What's your name?
Oh, you can. Mine's Marguerite.
Marguerite. Well, Marguerite,
Mm-hmm.
can I interest you in a necklace? It's something of a golden quality like this. It usually goes for about 100 gold, but for you, I think I'll do it for 12 gold, and that's just a one
Can I
time
do
offer.
an? Can I do for an investigation check on this?
Sure.
I want to find out what's going on with this jewelry. Here we go. All right, I got a 16.
A 16. So with a 16, you can tell that. I mean, it's definitely metal. The gold is a little. You can't tell if it's real or like a fool's gold. If you touch it, it's not turning anything green, but it doesn't look like it's that trendy, that fashionable. It's just like a very petty gold chain. It doesn't have any like symbols. I mean, it could be pretty, but like it's a little faded, a little old.
Okay, considering I just obtained a very expensive scepter, I think I'm good. Um, I want to say goodbye to Chip.
Okay.
Bye,
Well,
Chip.
goodbye, Marguerite. Come back soon if you would like to buy some jewelry. I have bracelets. I have these watches. They're very nice.
I really gotta go get my friend home.
Your
So
friend.
I'll see you later, Chip.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
my friend in the costume. Yes.
The bird.
Would you agree that he needs to go home? Yeah, he needs to go home pretty immediately.
I guess. I mean, the costume is very trendy. I've never seen anything so fashionable.
Well,
But
I will tell him you said so, Chip.
okay. Well, I'll see you later, Marguerite. Um,
Bye.
and he waves you off. And Ezio, which vendor did you say you wanted to go to?
The fruit vendor?
All right. Nearby, you see a fruit vendor who kind of like, she kind of peels her eyes back as you start to approach her. She's like very confused looking. At first she thinks you might just be in a costume, but then as she gets closer and it looks more realistic, her eyes start to like realize, her eyes widen, and she's like, hello, how can I help you?
Hi, I was just... Sorry, am I scaring you? I'm...
No, of course not, no.
Okay. Well, I was just...
I'm sorry.
looking at-
Are you a bird?
I want to come up behind him at that moment and say, no, we're just coming back from that rager in Southwood last night. This was his costume.
Oh, I was at that rager. I didn't see you there. I think I would have remembered this one especially. I mean, you all, kind of, but like, I didn't see a costume. I'm just a little. It's a very nice costume. It's very. Can I see your feathers? Are they like? Where did you get them from?
Oh, well, I hunt a lot, so I just naturally picked a few for the costume.
Wow. You killed a lot of birds. A lot of the same birds. Like, that looks like they're all the same group of... That's a... Wow. Okay.
Birds, they're a regional creature.
Do you, want some fruit, or...
Yes,
perhaps...
I was looking at what you have.
Well,
Can I make a, can I make a nature check to see, like, I know it's dirty, but if there anything with the fruit?
just check... You just want to look at the fruit to see if there's anything going
Yeah.
on, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, of course.
That would
Go
be
ahead and roll
a
nature.
21.
Okay, so you look around the table. You see a bunch of, like, fruit kind of lying around. There's apples. The apples look a little wrinkly, old. There might be a couple holes from some worms crawling through them. You see a couple of really brown bananas with only kind of a couple of yellow spots. You see a little sign that say beans, but you don't see any beans. They kind of disappeared. Or they're just like been bought out. And just various kind of like fruits that might be growing in this area. Apples, bananas. Nothing like too crazy. Nothing looks very out of place in this fruit stand, but also nothing really looks like you would want to eat it. Unless you like rotten fruit.
Yeah, how's the, is there anything up with the fruit growing here? Because it looks like it's been hard out here.
She looks around at her table and she says, "Yes, not a lot of travelers like to come through these parts because there's been a drought recently. It hasn't rained in ages." And she kind of looks up at the clouds. "Those clouds in the sky seems like they've been there for years, ever since I was a little girl. And we kind of run out of our supply. Things only grow so much, and it doesn't rain very often. So the ground's been very malnourished, and our crops have all died this season, and we don't really have any food for our cattle. The cattle farmer down the road, she and her son Jack have been having a lot of trouble. I think they actually just got rid of the cow recently. It's been a hard time, truly."
Where do they live?
What? The farmer?
Yeah.
She kind of like waves her arm down the road. "Well, you can find the dairy farm a couple of houses down. You'll see a little sign out front with a little milk picture, but I don't really know what they can do for you. They haven't been able to produce milk. That old cow, she's getting very old, and they don't have anything left to feed her. As you can see, as she kind of motions at the ground, you can tell a lot of the ground has been like barren and decrepit. It's mostly just hard, like dirt that's very warm. The grass that's still there is brown and dead. There's nothing really anything to graze on. So, yeah. But she lives right down the road, her and her son."
Or
Okay.
maybe you want to go see if we can help her out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best option for now. I'm gonna just thank you for all the information. I'll go on my way.
You're welcome, Birdman. All right. Does anybody else want to do anything?
No.
You know what? Nah, not really.
Okay, so you see your elf and dwarf friend kind of hanging back, looking at the two of you. Talk up the shopkeepers. Ezio, Marguerite, the two of you are just learned some new information.
So they're selling rotten fruit, and that guy over there has only got costume jewelry. And there is a starving cow child and mother down the road that we could potentially go see what's up with.
From what I could gather, there's been a massive drought recently.
Okay, that's
That also
interesting.
didn't work.
Did any of them mention seeing any other strangers around recently?
I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Think to ask.
Because we're short a friend and we're short a foe. So,
Well, I think if they had seen our friend, we could have just followed screaming.
Yeah.
that's a good point. But
So, if it's been a drought for years up here, it could be something going on up there.
okay, Marguerite, you wanted to help this other lady, I guess. I mean, I don't
They
think
say, whenever you need. Well, whenever you need help, it's a mother is the one most likely to help you out, so she might be able to point us in the direction of anything interesting.
Okay. Then I guess let's start heading towards this lady and her kid and her not dead cow.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work for me.
All right. Well, if you follow the directions the fruit vendor had given you, a couple houses down, you'll see a dairy farm, kind of. Not really anymore. What the remnants of a once dairy farm. They have a little sign that says fresh milk, but where it says fresh, there's a big red X painted on it. And there is a young boy outside and a older woman, and the two look like they are in a very heated argument. And as you begin to approach, the mother kind of like runs inside and slams the door, and you see the child kind of like off to the side, kicking stones and huffing and puffing. So, what would you like to do?
I'd like to approach the child.
All right, Desdemona, you approach the young boy. He's like grumbling, kicking dirt, and he sees you approach, and he's like, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Hi, my name's Desi. What's your name?
Hello, Desi. I'm Jack. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. You see.
Oh, we're not strangers. We're friends of the town. Can I like sit on the ground so I'm a little bit more eye level with him?
Yeah, you can definitely sit on the grounds. He kind of like takes a step away. He's still a little like concerned, but he's not really like that uncomfortable, but he's like average uncomfortable for a child to be around a random adult. And he's like, okay. You said your name was Desi. I've lived at this town for a while. I haven't really seen you all around.
We've been busy helping other places, but we've come back because we've heard there was a drought that was getting pretty bad here.
Oh yeah, there's been a drought for a while. It hasn't rained in months, maybe even longer. I can't really remember the last time it rained. We had a cow, see, and she hadn't been able to eat because the grass had stopped growing. But well, my mom, she made me sell that cow today. So, old Bessie, I miss her a lot.
I'm sorry. Did you really like your old friend Bessie?
Of course. I've always known her. She was like a family, but she said we had to eat and we needed food. But well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any money.
No one wanted your cow?
No, somebody did definitely want the cow. I just see there was this vendor and she had these beans, right? And she had said that if I had given her the cow, she'd give me these beans, and they were very important beans. So she said if I planted them, wonderful things would happen. So I came back, but I don't have the beans anymore.
What happened to the beans?
You see the boy. He kind of gets scared, and he kind of like wiggles back, and he says, "A scary man. He came and stole them from me."
Oh no, I'm so sorry. What did that scary man look like?
Well, he had a hood. I couldn't really see his face, but his eyes were almost purple and glowing, and he had a bag on, and he kind of just took the beans, and I don't think my mother believes me. She thinks I lost the cow, and I don't know what to do. I'm very scared.
Well, now there's one more question, and I think I might be able to help you.
A robot.
She's a robot.
Margot, no. Margot, are you back?
Am I back?
She's back.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fine.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Start from. I have one more question.
Sickly child accent alone.
Okay. Hi, Jack. I have just got one. Yeah, I'm just glitching in out of reality, today. I just got one more question for you, Jack. Did this man have any books?
He had a bag. I don't. He didn't show many books, but the bag could have had books in it. I don't know.
All right. Well, I think, Jack, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I think we might be looking for that man because he's causing some trouble. But I think my friends and I, as friends of the town, are going to go talk to your mama real quick. We want to help you guys, of course. So I think we're going to talk to her real quick.
Oh,
Ma'am, are you okay? Hello? Desdemona is having a minor issues.
In the distance, you hear Desdemona.
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 Testing. Hello.
Not me being a sophomore. Jack.
Still a little sketch. Maybe somebody wants to hop in real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go knock on the door of the house.
Desdemona
I'm
starts to get heat
gonna
stroke.
stay back.
All right.
He's staying back. They don't want to scare people anymore.
You don't seem to be causing too much of a disturbance. I think people kind of have just like come to the self-belief that you're probably from the party, from Southwood. So, but yes, you go to the door, Marguerite. Jack is kind of left there, kicking stones and drawing in the dirt with a pencil. You're at the door. Are you gonna knock or gonna walk in?
They spurred to walk in. I'll knock. I'll knock.
All right. You knock at the door, and a couple of seconds later, you hear like the footsteps coming, and she's like, "Jack, I told you not to come back until you either get her cow back or find the money." And she opens the door, and she's like, "Oh, hello. Hi. Hi. Oh, customers. Hi. Milk. I'm sorry. Hi. Nice to meet you."
Oh, hi. My name's Marguerite.
My name is Emma. How can I help you today?
Emma. Oh, well, I saw your sign for milk, but you've crossed out fresh, and I'm just wondering what's going on there.
Well, so you see, we had a lot of milk at one point that was very fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And that milk is very special now because it's sat for a little while. And it's kind of like it's like cheese now in a way. yogurt, maybe? I have been calling it chogurt. Would you like some chogurt?
Yogurt. I don't think so. I was wondering why you had locked your child out of the house. I walked up just as
He's not really locked out. It's more like it's complicated. There's just a situation. He was supposed to do a task for me, and he kind of misplaced something very important. And if we don't get it back, we aren't going to be able to eat unless you'd like to buy some chogurt.
well, I think I'd rather help you find what you've lost.
So, why don't you roll a persuasion check on that?
Okay.
I wouldn't say she's as easy to be impressioned by as a child is.
19.
A 19. Okay, she kind of scratches the back of her head and she says, "Welcome back." She says, "Well, okay, well, I had my boy Jack go sell our cow because we don't have any more money for food. And the boy tells me he traded our cow, right? Traded, not sold, for beans. Three beans for a cow. And then he tells me," she kind of starts to get a little emotional. You see tears in her eyes, "that he lost the beans. Somebody stole the beans from the boy. So he comes back with no money, no cow, and no beans. And I don't know how I'm going to feed him tonight, because if I give him chogurt, he will die. But I'm sure you'll be all right if you buy some. I mean," and she kind of like wipes her like the tears from her eyes.
We're the only ones that have come by today?
You're the only
You haven't
ones who've come
seen this
by.
supposed thief?
I haven't seen him. Jack says that this thief is he sounds entirely made up. I mean, a floating man with a hood and eyes that are glow purple. That's the most outrageous. And she kind of like looks over your shoulder and she sees the bird. Oh my God! Hello?
This is just my friend. We came from that party in Southwood last night.
Oh, I don't have the luxury of going to parties anymore, I'm afraid. I have a boy. I had a cow.
You probably could have brought one of those. Alright, well, I think we could pretty easily enough take a look around for a hooded figure to try and get your beans and or cow back.
I am afraid I don't have anything left to pay you with.
You don't have to pay us. That thief actually has something we want to.
The beans?
Oh no, something else entirely. The beans can be yours.
I don't really want the beans, but I appreciate the offer, I guess. If you could find the bean, the boy, the man, the hooded. I'm sorry, I'm very emotional right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold it together. If you can find the thief, that would be very fantastic. But what we really need right now is some goddamn rain. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I'm just under a lot of pressure.
I completely understand.
Martin walks up. Is like, the language is no fucking problem.
Oh. Hello, sir?
Hi. Do you need anything fixed around the property?
Well, I mean, we have a dilapidated fence that's been rotting away. This door's sticky. The floorboards creak. My roof leaks when it rains, if it ever does. There's a bird's nest in my chimney, but it's too hot to light a fire. It needs to be cleaned. my wagon wheel is missing. I don't. There's a million things, and I have no
I can
time.
take care of some of that stuff. Just give me 10 minutes. And he's going to proceed to go around, like, cast mending on, like, pretty much everything that can be fixed with mending. Like, he
Okay.
can't just mending a wagon wheel into existence, but,
Mending's a can trip, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's-
Yeah. She kind of like, her eyes kind of like follow you around as you start to cast spells in front of this woman, and her eyes kind of widen as you like start to like fix all of these fence posts and creaky doors and busted like cranks and such, and things start to like magically kind of fix. And the farm that was a little dilapidated at one point is now looking a lot better. There's still the issue with the ground being very dry, but it looks a hell of a lot better. And she kind of like covers her hands over her mouth, and she's like, "How on earth did you do that?"
Oh, exploratory engineer just graduated. It's
That
like
must-
how he casts mending. It's like the other, like, the one glove is, the finger gun for Ray of Frost. The other glove, it's like a vague, like, purple mist comes out, and it's like actually like really tiny little like repair bots. So he basically has nanites in his other glove.
You must be from that school area in Northwood. I heard there's a lot of those fixer-upper types up there, carpenters. But I didn't know they were so whatever that was. That was amazing. I've never seen anything like that before.
It's just a little applied ingenuity, man.
I don't know what that word means.
Creativeness.
Well, I appreciate your offers and help, but I don't really know what else I can do for you all. Jack mentioned that this thief, he kind of just took off into the town, but I'm not really. Maybe there's some more people who saw him. I don't know if there's anything else I can do for you all, unless you want some chogurt.
I do not want any sugar.
It's probably
Appreciate
for the
offer,
best.
ma'am.
That's-
I'm gonna go outside and try and rouse Desdemona from her heat stroke.
Yeah, you see your friend Desdemona, who kind of like looks like she passed out in front of this boy, who looks a little frightened that this person he just met kind of like passed out in front of her. But let's see. Desdemona, do you come to from the heat stroke?
You're muted.
If you can see my mouth moving and know I'm muted, I think that means I can come back from heat stroke.
You are
Excellent.
back from heat stroke. That is fantastic. Welcome back. So, what would the lot of you like to do?
I mean, could go back in town, ask about Shady Robe Dude.
That's probably the best option. If I fly around, that looks too suspicious.
Maybe a little bit.
It's a really good costume.
The
It
best.
Yes, it is. It's one of the best costumes from this side of Eastwood. All right, so you guys are going back into the kind of town square.
Yes.
All right, you go back into the town square. The merchants are all there. You've got a couple of like tourists, or not really tourists, but like people in town kind of doing their everyday tasks. They look pretty hungry, kind of like skinny, sweaty. Like I said, it's very hot in this area, and you guys are probably sweating bullets, especially the one in the giant bird costume. But it is Yep, there's plenty of people around. Um, if you'd like to talk to anybody, you got your vendors. The fruit vendor who was selling the beans before. You still got the jewelry vendor, and just a couple of other people. Somebody carrying a sack of flour. Anybody stick out to anybody?
I wanna hustle a Chip,
Chip.
and
Okay.
I wanna say, Chip, have you seen anyone floating around? Have you seen anybody in like a hooded costume from last night? Purple
Ah,
eyes, you know.
actually, yes, I saw a man come through and attack that young boy. He kind of just like snatched something out of his hand and ran off. But
And you didn't help the kid?
look, I'm not getting robbed. That happens all the time around here. I'm not doing that.
Alright, did you see which way he went?
Oh well, you see, he went around to that area over there that has like he kind of points off to the side of the town, and he kind of buried something deep within the ground, and I wasn't quite sure what he was doing, but like he did it. Very strange man, and he kind of just like he went around. You might be able to find him. He couldn't have gone very far. He's probably in one of these buildings, maybe. I'm not quite sure.
Yep, you're a gem. Thank you.
Thank you, thank
Um,
you. Necklace for the pretty lady.
no, I waved my scepter around. I said, no, I have all the shiny I need. Thank you, Chip.
That is very nice. That is a very nice scepter.
Chip. And I'm gonna head back to Martainn and Desi and Ezio and tell them, like, hey, he said that he saw a hooded guy burying something on the other side of town, and I'm willing to bet it is his stolen goods. He also said he might still be in a building around, so I don't know if we could split up to investigate, or I don't. What do you guys think?
Uh, I could certainly stand to go indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Martainn, I think he's already wandered off inside a building. So, do you guys want to head to where the alleged beans are, and I'll see if I can find Martainn, and we'll explore around town?
Yeah. It's probably better off I don't talk to people right now.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the costume la's holding up for now, so just keep with it. We'll meet up with you later. I don't know. Send a sparkler off if you find anything, I guess, Marguerite. And we'll do the same.
I can do that.
Okay.
Um,
So who's going to is it seems like Ezio and Marguerite, you guys are gonna go look for the beans. And then Desdemona and Martainn is going to go in a building.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you see a bunch of various let's do I guess Martainn isn't back yet, so we'll do a quick the bean situation. We'll go look for the beans. Why is there any specific place the two of you want to look? You're also welcome to roll checks to find it, but
Let's see mine. I'll roll an investigation to check the area.
okay.
See if there's anything looks like it's dug up or anything. That would be another 21.
Very
And
nice.
just so you know, it rolled on 19.
All right. Well, using the vague directions that Chip gave to Marguerite passing on to you, you start looking around. And it's actually not quite hard to find because this ground is very, very dry and barren, and it hasn't really been tilled or messed around. So you're able to find a hill that's been dug, and the dirt's kind of just like chipped and broken apart. But you do find a single green stem wiggling out of the ground, kind of there in a little pile of dirt.
Okay, I turn to Ezio and I say, hey, if I don't know a ton about nature, but if that was just planted, should it be doing that?
No, it should not.
Why don't you
That would
both roll
take
perception checks?
Okay.
perception.
I
By
I
the
got a
way,
14.
Martainn, while you were away for a moment, you and Desdemona were ushered away into to go buildings. You four split up into two groups. But yes. So what was the rolls? I apologize.
I got a 14.
14.
I got a 6.
Okay. So Ezio, you kind of just see it doing its thing. It's weird that the plant that just started growing already, but you notice, Marguerite, that it seems like it's growing quicker than a plant should. Like it's growing right before your eyes. You can see it get taller and taller. It's not going very fast, but it is indeed getting bigger and thicker.
How tall is
strangely.
it right now?
At the moment, it's just kind of like a sapling, but that sapling is starting to get a couple like inches taller every couple seconds. So it's getting big.
Hey, Ezio, should we stop this somehow, or are we just gonna let it grow and see what happens?
I don't. If we let it grow, I'm interested in what happens, but if we stop it, we might bring our target out.
This is true.
Okay.
We could try and dig it up.
Well, while you guys are debating on that, we will go to the other two. You guys can think about your answers, and we will go to the other two. Martainn and Desdemona. You're looking around at the buildings. You see a bar. Actually, you know what? Roll perception check or investigation checks to see what kind of shops you can find.
18.
Okay. So an 18. That's good.
I got a
Okay.
7.
7. Got it. All right. Well, with a 7, you just kind of see random shops sticking around. Nothing that really catches your eye. You, on the other hand, Martainn, you see a bunch of various shops, bar that seems like it's not very popular at the moment. You see a bookstore kind of like tucked off into the corner. You see just like a couple of random like shops, like an apothecary of sorts, just kind of sticking out.
I get a good feeling about the apothecary.
The apothecary? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Apothecary for the two of you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll follow wherever my wants to go.
You see, you go into this little shop that is an apothecary, and as you kind of like walk in, you notice that the fruit vendor kind of like watches you and pokes your eyes out, and she's like, oh, okay, 1 second, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I'd get a customer today. And she kind of runs over to inside of the apothecary and behind the counter, and she's like, hello, how can I help you today?
Yeah, I was just yeah, I'm new to the area, and I'm actually a bit of an alchemist myself, and I was just wondering, what this town had to offer,
Well,
or if I could even offer any help.
we have a lot of medicinal herbs lying around. Whatever I had growing a while ago, I've dried and turned into powders and pastes and salves. So you're welcome to look around. And she kind of motions, and if you look at the walls, you see a bunch of salves, like healing balms and hair growth oil and nose hair reducer, beard wax, foot fungus deleter, um, just random like herbs and stuff that's very dried. The bottles are a little dusty, they're old, not a lot's been taken off the shelf. There are signs that say buy one, get one half off, 2 for 1 special, just like random like placements in different shelves. But there's a bunch of different stuff, and she seems very eager to kind of like sell you something. I also would like you both to roll a listen check.
Yeah. 12.
A 12, okay.
Also got a 12.
Okay, that's fine. You both very distinctly hear a faint moo from somewhere around back.
Are you keeping cattle as well, ma'am?
Oh, yes, actually, I recently just traded one. Uh, this boy, I gave him some of my very special beans that I got from this man who claimed to be a mage. They were very expensive, so, I thought it was a very fair trade.
Uh, oh yeah, we actually ran into the boy and his mother.
Oh, I see. Did she tell you
The
how he
mother
liked the
had very
beans?
specific. Well, he liked them. The mother less so. Um,
Why? What's not to like? The magic beans. I love magic.
well, the cow was their main source of money.
Oh, well, I mean, he shouldn't have been selling the cow, I guess. It's sounds like a them problem, honestly. Not a me problem.
Well, would you be interested in selling the cow?
I I mean, I was probably going to sell it anyway. She's not very old. I do need money myself. See, I'm trying to. The business hasn't been doing very well, so I mean, if you're open to buying, I could maybe make a trade with you.
I have coin, some.
Well, let's see.
Also, you know, skilled in a number of tools and have a little bit of magic about me.
Magic, you say?
Yes.
She kind of like curls her lip back and it's just like, well, there may be something I can do.
Depends
What
on what you need done.
would you have any items? Maybe I'm always looking to a good magic item that can do. I'm also, coin is nice too. I do need to eat, and Westwood is probably the only place I can go get food right now. But the foods there are very pricey. It's a lot of the upper echelons in Westwood.
Right, right. Unfortunately, right now, the best I can do is minor stuff. Little trinkets that can play noises or show a picture, something like that.
Uh, like a drawing?
Oh, just a minute. And he pulls out his wood carving tools and starts like carving away at a little block of wood that he had on him. And after a little bit of work and him putting some gears and whatnot in there, he has a small music box. It's like, and it just plays a little like 6-second tune on repeat. It's like, I can do that.
She kind of like her eyes gets wide and she says, "Wow, that's quite beautiful." She kind of like crosses her fingers and she says, "And what would you like in exchange for this little trinket of yours?"
I mean, like I said, I'm interested in getting the cow.
She kind of like scratches at her chin and looks at the music box and she says, "I'm not quite. Why don't you make a persuasion roll?"
All right, what was that? My wild card. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. A 20 is still a 20 in this case though, because she
Yeah.
kind of starts rubbing at her chin and she's like, "Well, I did only get a couple of magic beans for it, but this music box is quite nice, and I do have a sibling's birthday coming up, and I think she'd very much appreciate that. So I think I could maybe do something in exchange. I'll tell you what, I will give you the cow for the music box, but do you happen to have any way that you could, she kind of like mushrooms around. You mentioned you are an alchemist, and I'm trying to figure out how to get this healing salve to work out. The herbs that I have a bunch of various herbs on the shelves, but I just can't figure out the correct combination that helps to get this paste to heal cuts and bruises, and you can rub them on wounds. Maybe if you could help me out there, I'll give you the cow in exchange for the music box, and I'll throw in a couple of salves if they work out.
Okay. Sure. Love to help.
And I don't know too much about you, ma'am, but if you help out too, that would maybe help get things done quicker.
Unfortunately, this climate, I'm not as well acclimated with the herbs and plants here, but I think between the two of us, Martainn and I probably can figure something out. If you lead and just tell me what to do, Martainn, I will follow suit. I'll be your little assistant for the day.
Sounds lovely.
Okay. Well,
And one more thing, ma'am, before we get started,
Oh, she's
do you know what beans?
Doing it again.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You seem to be succumbing to the heat a little bit. Could you maybe repeat that question? Maybe if you turn the
that's a
camera
no.
off, that might help a little bit.
Not everyone's suited to this climate. Plus, I've been, cooling myself off a little bit with my minor magics. Straight up casting like low level like ray of frost on his armor.
Hello, ma'am. Just like you see your friends kind of like fanning you off. I, your mic's not muted, but you're not speaking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, but it was not in sync
Okay.
with your video.
Lovely.
Hey, but it's
I
working.
was gonna
So.
as a desert elf, someone who grew up in the desert, you think I'd be better suited to the heat. I think I've been away from my home too long. But before I was getting a little too hot there, did you know what the beans did? Did the wizard tell you what the beans do?
Not really. He mentioned that if they were planted, they could grow under any circumstances. I haven't been able to plant them myself. I'm not much of a forester or a farmer myself, but I thought, providing them to the right people might be better suited for my needs. I mostly just like gather and collect, and then kind of make things as I go. But I'm not much of a planter myself, so I'm not quite sure what they were doing, but I'm hoping that they work out well for whatever happened to them.
Well, as far as that poultice, do you have dandelions and willow bark?
Oh, of course, dandelions, willowbark. She kind of like starts going through her little catalog, and she says, "Yes, yes, of course. Dandelions, willowbark, and yes, of course, yeah."
Okay. I can start with there. From there.
All right. I would like you to roll. The two of you can kind of do this together with advantage, because you're working together on this project. But go ahead and make an alchemy check to see if you guys can make a salve that works with the different things that she has lying around.
Intelligence based?
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. That is a 24.
Nice. And that's with the advantage. That's
Yes.
great. So with your combined knowledge, the two of you, start looking at herbs. You see some of the herbs that would even be found in like dry environments, Desdemona. While Martainn, you find some like healing things that you've learned from your studies and research, and you kind of like start working together to mash them into pastes and mix them around with like a natural spread. And yeah, you're pretty confident that this is the salve that you need.
Okay. So I bring it to the shopkeep. It's like,
Okay.
pretty sure this will do the trick, man.
She looks at it. She takes a sniff and she says, "Oh, lovely. It's very delicate." She said, "But I suppose there's only really one way to find out." And she takes a little, needle and pricks her finger just enough to get like a drop, a little blood out. And she takes the salve, and rubs it across her finger, mixes it in, and you see the skin start to seal itself back up. Um, and it is a working healing salve. She says, "Lovely, lovely. I noticed that you had a couple of friends." And she's like, "If you just give me the list of ingredients, I will whip this up. You can have the cow back entirely. I think this will do lovely in my shop. And I'll make a couple of these for the road."
And Martainn will like write up exactly the ingredients that he used.
Okay.
Precise amounts and instructions and everything.
Perfect.
And hand it right over. Like, there
She's
you go.
like, thank you very much." And she says, "Just give me a few minutes." And that happens, she goes into the back, and she says, "I will get those healing salves made up for you with my ingredients that I have stored. I will be right back." And with that, we'll pause for you and go back to the other two. Ezio and Marguerite, as you guys are debating on what you should do with this stalk that is starting to rapidly grow, have you guys kind of made a group decision yet?
For what, I'm gonna check my explorer's pack and see if I could use anything that might be able to do it. Like, I'm gonna say I'm gonna get a tinderbox and light a torch and see if I could start burning it and see what happens.
Okay. Marguerite, you see your friend pull out a torch and start to light it. Ezio, you can begin to burn it as your torches catch flames if you'd like. Is there any reaction before we move on?
Hey, Ezio, this whole town's dry. If we catch anything on fire here, it's gonna burn the whole fucking place down.
True. I'm gonna hold this just in case.
Okay. So you are holding onto a lit torch around dry brush and a singular healthy stem. And as you're, guys are looking around, it is growing. It's seemingly getting a lot thicker. It's actually like the width of a wiffle ball bat at this moment now, and it's starting to like get up to your waist high. It's getting real thick. Does wiffle ball bats, does that correlate to the D&D universe? We'll say it's a goblin ball
Quarterstaff.
bat. Yes, a quarterstaff. Perfect.
Something like this.
Yes, exactly. So it's about the width of a quarterstaff, and up to your waist. So it's getting pretty big. And you see little like leaves, stemming off of it and like wrapping around, and it's starting to like wrap around on itself, almost like a vine, a stalk, as it's like
I'm
pushing
gonna
up.
Step away from it.
Okay, you take a step
Feels
back.
leaving.
Can you guys both roll perception checks for me?
Yeah. I got an 18.
That'll be a
18.
5.
An 18 and
Okay.
a 5. Ezio, you're very drawn to this very quickly growing stalk that's starting to shoot up. And all of a sudden, instead of growing at like a slower pace, it's starting to accelerate and get thicker and thicker and thicker. So you're completely enthralled by it, Ezio. But Marguerite, you managed to take your eyes off the stalk for a second, turn back to the town, and you see exiting what looks like a bookstore, our fiend. He kind of like glances at the two of you. He catches your eyes right away, and he starts to float into the air. And he starts to fly up, and he's like, "It appears you two haven't learned your lesson." That's the wrong voice. "It appears you two haven't learned your lesson, huh?" He's growing. He's the pirate. It appears
You're good at mimicking pirates.
I try. But, alas, you're not gonna be able to beat. Damn, the pirate voice keeps coming back. You're not gonna be able to beat me. And he starts to, float up, and stare bullets at the two of you. And you see the people in town, like, very noticeably start panicking that they see a hooded figure, flying.
Can I just throw some the Ara Cochran equivalent of a middle finger towards him?
You can definitely do that. You stick your middle talon.
See why?
And he's like, "Fuck me, no, fuck you."
I start yelling at him with Ara Cochran.
Okay. I want to use prestidigitation to send up a shower of sparks closest to where I saw our friends last.
Okay.
Because Desdemona said send up a sparkler when I was done, and I think I'm done now.
Okay.
And
So
I turn to Ezio and I say, "Ezio, you're gonna fly. You gotta keep up with him."
All right.
So you see him. He's kind of hovering in the air above you all, and the two of you from inside, you hear a crackle as a bunch of like sparklers kind of like emit from outside. As the lady, she's like, "Oh dear, what's going on?" And she's like bringing over 4 cans of healing salve and handing it to you with the cow kind of in her hand. And she's like, "What's going on out there? Oh dear."
Sounds like a bit of a ruckus. Thank you for the salve. We'll be right back for the cow.
Okay, she'll be here when she's back.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. And I'm assuming the two of you exit.
I do. Yeah.
All right.
Because, assuming things have gone awry.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume Desdemona wants to come with you.
It appears as though the two of you exit, and you see the scene kind of building out in front of you. A stalk from the distance where your friends are growing, and by the time you get out there, it's already much higher than your friends. Even the buildings around you, and a lot thicker. It's actually kind of pushing up against the two of yours back now, as it's getting very, very wide. And as this is happening, it's just shooting up, flying to the into the clouds above y'all, and you see the dastardly Bookromancer from before flying over to the stalk and grabbing hold of it. And kind of he stops his hover and grapples on. He's like, I guess you'll have to catch me, as he kind of starts climbing on the vines.
How high up is he?
He's not very, very high up. It appears he wasn't able to get very high. He's about the top of a building high. So
Okay,
maybe like 30 feet up, and he's climbing.
Yeah, first thing I do is finger gun a freaking ray of frost at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay, that will be 22.
Okay, a 22 hits, and you see him kind of like take a hit as he's climbing, and he's like, "Oh, damn it!" And he kind of like turns to face you all, and he's like, "All right, if you asked for it." And I'm gonna need everyone to roll for initiative. Do.
And that will also slow down his climbing.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. This dice is a hit or miss. Let's see if I get something.
7.
9.
7, 9. Okay.
16.
Desdemona, did you get your initiative? It looks like you said 6, but I can't hear you.
And I'd like to shoot
18.
him.
Got you. Well, as you are, let me just get his initiative real quick. All right, so, Desdemona, you will be able to shoot him on your turn. However, this Bookromancer is going to be going first, as he rolled just over you. And we will begin initiative with the Bookromancer taking his first action. He, with one hand, reaches into his satchel, and he kind of yanks out a book, and he points it kind of like towards you with one hand as he's holding onto the vine. And he's like, "Get ready." And he points it out. And uno momento so I can read the exact stats. You appear at the book and its white pages, and you hear a chilling wail kind of come from the spine of the book. A ghostly apparition cascades out, floating, faceless, with long black capes and skeletal hands. It appears as it has almost no face, black, and it kind of starts to hover and sway and form its way out. It breathes a cold exhale as a chilling, cold breath sways towards you all, and you feel a tingle of fear in each and every one of you as a cold shiver rolls down your spine. And we will add...
Give this dude Harry Potter.
All right. We will add him to the initiative. We'll just call it the ghost for now. And so it halves your movement speed, right? The ray of frost
Reduces by 10.
Okay. So, you see him start to climb after the fact. He is only able to make it up about 20 feet up the stalk. The stalk appears to go pretty high, so he's a good quarter way up, but you guys aren't on top yet. So, let's see what you guys can do. We will go over to Desdemona in the initiative. I know she said
She
she'd
wants
like
to shoot him.
All right. All right. She's going to turn her camera off. Let's see. Desdemona is turning off her camera. La, 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 la. So you got a ghost and you got a spooky Bookromancer. If you are speaking, we cannot hear you. Desdemona, if you can hear us and you are shooting him or the ghost, please put it in the Discord. Oh, I see green. Oh, I see typing. Shooting the Bookromancer. Roll to hit. So we see Desdemona ready her bow and point it at the Bookromancer. And she kind of stretches the bow out and aims it towards him and... Dun 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 dun. Oh, she hits. You see an arrow fly and stab him right in his back. And he kind of wails. He's like, "Ah, damn it! I'll get you for that." All right. So you hit. We will move on. Next up in the initiative, as he just got added in, is the ghost. He starts to fly around.
Are we rolling for damage on the Bookromancer?
Yes, you do get the damage in.
I rolled 3 for the damage for the Ray of Frost. By the way.
Thank you. I forgot to take that off. 14. Dang. Okay, girl. It's 14 damage. Yeah, this man, he's looking pretty hurt. Okay, got it. So, he's climbing up the stalk. You see him kind of hand after hand after hand. He gets an arrow in his back, a ray of frost. But now you guys got a ghost. And that ghost is going to come at... He starts to fly and sway, kind of doing circles around the 4 of you. And he stops in front of... Dun dun dun, pick one. He stops in front of you, Martainn. And a ghostly hand kind of stretches out, and you feel a cold breeze sway across your face. I am going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, as a weird kind of wispy air starts to pull from you into this ghost's face.
Cool.
I'm sorry, it was actually 17. A wisdom saving throw. 17?
Wisdom save? Okay.
Yes.
Wisdom save would be a 12 then.
12. Okay. A wisdom saving throw. So with a 12, yeah, that's a rough one. You are immobilized by fear. This ghost is pulling on your very soul. Oh, as it lets out a ghostly wail, it begins to drink and feed on your happy memories, and you feel your happiness start to grow spotty and spotty as all you are left with is pure agony as you're standing there in fear, and you see your friend no longer able to move, and he's almost just like a husk of himself at this moment. Okay, so Martainn, you are paralyzed as of this moment.
Lovely.
We will see what happens.
Oh, God.
And as it is your turn, I will let you make another wisdom saving throw.
Much better. 19.
19. Okay, that is good. As Martainn, at first, you do see him get very scared, but you see him kind of like clench up, and he's like, "I'm a proud college student. I'm an engineer. God damn it! I have reasons to be happy." And he breaks out of this like paralyzation.
It's not like any engineers I know.
Yes.
First of your kind.
And you are free. However, that is going to be your turn because you did snap out of paralyzation.
Yeah.
And this ghost, you can't really see an expression on it, but it is swaying around you, kind of like floating there, very menacingly.
Back off, you spooky bitch.
And with that, we will move from Martainn to Ezio. Dun, 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 dun. You have a ghost, and you have a Bookromancer. However, he is on the beanstalk, so you could either fly or climb, but I don't think you can quite reach him this turn unless you have ranged.
I will fly closer to the Bookromancer.
Got it. You're just gonna use all your movement speed to try and get closer to him?
Yeah.
All right, what's that, like 30?
Yeah.
Okay, so you fly 30 feet to this Bookromancer. He was about 30, and then he moved 20, so he's still about 20 feet out of your reach, but you are getting close, and he can't move very far every turn now, so... is there anything else you'd like to do? You can't really move, but...
I'm just seeing what I can do, which there really isn't much.
Okay.
Now.
That is
There's
okay.
You're right.
I have to log back into Roll20. Oh, jeez. All right. So, with that being... So you don't have anything else, right, Ezio?
No, I don't have anything else.
All right, Marguerite. You are at the bottom. You see the Bookromancer 50 feet away. If you look over at Martainn, who is kind of a little bit outside of the shop with a ghost flying around him. You did just watch this ghost try and suck something out of him. You're not quite sure what, but it wasn't looking very fun.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we're friends. This man pulled me out of a sewer. I want to magic missile the ghost.
Okay. What kind of damage is magic missile?
Oh, shit. Get out of here. I don't know.
Force.
Yeah.
Fancy. Well, magic missile.
Do ghosts not care about force?
No, it does.
Yeah,
as long it is magic based. You see him take this. He takes a hit. How much damage is it taking for magic missile? It's an automatic hit, right?
It does 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice. Each dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage.
Okay.
Okay. So 5 and 5 and 4.
Nice.
Dang. Okay. Nice. Yeah, this Dementor. I mean, this ghost. this ghost is looking worse for
This
wear.
non-copyright infringing ghost monster.
Non-copyright infringing ghost is kind of swirling around, and you just see boom, 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 3 beams of force fly through it, and it moves its face away from you, Martainn, and peers over at you, Marguerite. It does not look happy, if you could tell by its faceless features. All right.
Come and give me a ghost, bitch.
Okay, so you've got. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Who's on the beanstalk? Just Ezio and
Ezio is
Bookromancer?
flying up the beanstalk. He's not climbing it. The Bookromancer is climbing it, and
Well, if the ghost is going to come for me anyways, I want to start climbing the beanstalk.
okay, yeah, you can definitely start. You're still pretty close. You're right on it, so you can get what's your movement speed?
My movement speed is 30.
Okay, so you're climbing too. Is climbing movement speed? I think it's half or whatever.
Climbing does affect it. I don't remember how, though.
Climbing 5e. This is why Google is our friend, y'all. Each movement. Okay, so while climbing or swimming, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot. That's weird.
I can climb 15 feet.
Yeah. So yeah, you can. It's about half.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine.
Yeah, you get 15 feet up the stalk. Ezio,
I'm wearing a dress. It should take time.
Yeah. You know what? You only get 10 feet up the snow. I'm just kidding.
Plus, this is 15 feet in like 6-ish seconds. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
for
you're
a dress.
So you see your friend just shoot the hell out of this Dementor, and I mean non-copyright infringement ghost, and then she starts just booking it up this stalk, like she's going quick. Then you get back around to Mr. Mancer. All right. So he's like, I didn't have to want to do this already, but as you're being a nuisance, I suppose I will. And you see him reach into his satchel once more. And he pulls out another book. La 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 la. You know what? He won't pull out a book. He'll pull out something else. He reaches into his satchel.
No,
and
put
you
it away!
See a golden watch. If you may recall, the rabbit from the last book you were in was missing a watch. He pulls out a golden watch, and he looks at. He says, "Eeny, meeny, miny, you." And he clicks it. And I am going to need. Dun, 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 dun. It's close. Ezio, you're closest. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this isn't gonna go well.
Use all your brains.
That would be a 10.
All right.
Yes.
You see your friend Ezio. You know, he's kind of flying to the air at this man. And as he is, you see this stopwatch. He clicks it. And Ezio, you stop moving entirely. In fact, you stop processing. Ezio, you are no longer comprehending whatever is going on. And the rest of you, you see Ezio completely frozen in place mid-flight.
Is he falling?
No, he's just there. He's just there, mid-flight, frozen. His feathers are like no longer blowing in the wind. He is like completely paralyzed, midair, stopped. All right, and that will be the book thief's turn. Okay, after him, we will go back to Desdemona. And I think I can hear you. I can hear you.
Talk as fast as possible then. First off, I need to eat my biscuit because I don't have enough health to do that.
Yes, you can do that as a bonus action. And you also have salve now.
Well, salve's for later. I think most of my current damage is internal. Let's be real.
Fair.
Realistically, I'd like to. How far away am I from the beanstalk?
How far away from you? So you are. I will say it will cost you half of your speed to get to the beanstalk because you are at a shop right now.
Okay, so I am very concerned for Ezio, so I'm going to get closer to the beanstalk, and I'm going to, because I think I'm going to need to start climbing it if this doesn't work out. I'm going to aim my next arrow directly at his hand with the intention of knocking the watch out of his hand.
Interesting. I like that. Now, there is a rule that it's going to be a little bit harder to hit. So I'm going to just let you make the roll. And instead of making it with disadvantage, I'll just make the AC a little bit harder. But yeah, go ahead.
Dex modifier?
Yeah, so your DC, your D20 plus your Dex.
I got a 17.
Okay, so with a 17, it's not quite there. I apologize. You see the arrow very closely almost hit this watch, but he kind of just your aim is just almost on sight, but he's just like and he kind of yanks it back. He's like, not today, and he kind of like wiggles it, like nah, can't get it.
You fucker.
And you're at the bottom of the stalk, right? So you have 15 feet of movement.
Yeah, so I guess half that in that time.
Yeah, so if you want to, you can get about 7 feet up.
Yeah, because I'm quite concerned for my friend. Even though he's not falling, I'm concerned gravity is going to catch up eventually.
Okay. Well, you manage to get 7 feet up on the stalk. And we will move over to the non-copyright infringing ghost. He wails and he swoons back and forth. And you hear a ghostly, "Ooh, Marguerite," as it cascades and flies. And you see it kind of swoop in and sticks its face really close to yours. And it begins to exhale a cold, shaky breath onto you. Make a Constitution saving throw. This one is the Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God. I got a 19. No, it's an 18. I have a -1.
Oof. Okay. You are going to... So you did pass, but you're going to take 1 damage.
Okay.
1 cold damage, specifically. So it's just going to be halved. He did not roll very well. It does breathe a cold breath down right at your face.
This heat, I don't know if that should hurt me or help me.
Cold damage? You know what? You have a point. However, it's very, very cold. It's uncomfortably spooky cold. So this is a very special cold. It's spooky cold.
Spooky cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just like your cold winter chill. It's cold, terrifying death. Yes, exactly. And that will end the ghost's turn. We can move over to... After the ghost, it is... Martainn. Martainn, you just had a ghost messing with you, messing with your happiness. You're feeling a little weird, feeling a little funky.
Yeah, didn't appreciate that. That was kind of rude.
It was.
Hmm. I am gonna. I want to attack the beanstalk.
Okay, you want to attack the beanstalk?
Yes. I
Okay.
want to stop it from growing as much as I can.
All right.
I
It is
feel like
pretty
it.
thick and wide at this point. So what do you want to
Yeah,
attack it
fair.
with?
Ray of Frost.
Okay. Yeah. Go
When in
ahead.
doubt, finger guns.
All right.
That'll be a dirty 20.
30-20. Okay. Yeah. So you shoot your ray of frost. And it makes a slight dent. In this, it chips it off pretty well. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. That'll be 5 cold damage.
5 cold damage. So you see the plant in this like side where it gets hit starts to get like almost like a freezer burnt crop. If you've ever seen like crops in the winter get with that chill, it has that kind of like icy coldness over that, and that one area begins to get brittle and crack and crumble from the beanstalk. So it does do some nice damage to the side of this stalk.
I'm basically just trying to like slow it down to slow down
Yeah.
the guy's escape. And
You
if I
you
can
know
make it fall over with him, even better.
also do have 2 friends. They're not up super high, but you have
Yeah,
2
fair.
friends on the stalk. Um,
He's higher.
I mean,
though,
like friends
so-
is like you could knock it over. Like you might be able to sleep well at night. You did just meet these folk.
Yeah, but they seem nice enough.
Nice enough.
They didn't
Ezio.
judge me for bullying
So,
a painting.
is there anything else you wanted to do, Martainn?
Um, I'm going to move over to the base of the.
The base. Okay, yeah, you can get to that. Got it. All right. Okay, so you get to the base of the beanstalk. You're seeing your friends climb up after him, and you got a ghost kind of wailing and wobbling around. We will move on to Ezio. Ezio, you are frozen in place, and your eyes start to like flicker back and forth. It's the only thing you start to comprehend everything that's happening around you, but you cannot move. You can't breathe, but it doesn't hurt, which is weird. It's like you just are conscious. And I am going to need you to make what was the roll I made you make? A wisdom saving throw.
Me with my great -1 to wisdom. That would be even lower. That's an 8.
An 8? All right, yeah, so you're still frozen. I will have you know, though, that the rolls are going to be getting easier. So don't. You might be able to get it eventually.
Actually,
Eventually.
You might one day be unfrozen.
All right. We will move on to Marguerite.
I'm gonna climb another 15 feet up, I suppose.
Okay. That's your whole movement. You are 15 feet higher, so you're now 30 feet. You're level with Ezio, but this guy is about... He was 20 before, so he's 40 feet higher.
Okay, and that ghost is still below me.
That ghost is still below you. It is kind of wailing and wobbling around you, but it did not make an attack as you tried to walk away. It kind of just like did it. Let you do it.
How much of an understanding do I have of what's going on with Ezio?
You can tell that he froze somehow, and it has to do with that stopwatch. You gathered that pretty well. I think it's kind of well known between the group.
Okay.
You're welcome to make like
I
an
would.
Arcana check if you'd like on Ezio.
I want to use True Strike on the ghost.
True Strike, got it.
What's this guy immune to?
So, you look over at this ghost, and as you kind of do your True Strike, you kind of point your little thingy at it, and you're like, "What's the deal with you, you ghost?"
What the fuck's your problem?
You can tell that it has an affinity for cold. It likes it a lot.
Okay.
It also kind of looks like if you were to hit it with something like a stick, a sword, anything with like a blunt or a sharp edge, it might just like wisp right through it. But you did see how your magic missile did indeed strike it before, so it might be a little bit more susceptible for attacks that don't have physical, but magical. Unless that attack might be cold. Does it tell you weaknesses on this? I think it just like.
Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that the spell hasn't ended.
So it's just defenses. It's not like weaknesses. Got
it. Yeah. I'm gonna magic missile the ghost again.
Okay, and you get advantage. I mean, it's doesn't matter, but you have advantage.
Yeah, you know how it is.
You can magic missile this ghost.
We got 4. We got 4. We got 5.
5, 4, 4, 5. Got it. So this ghost is not. You see it like, bam, 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 all over this ghost's whole ghostliness, and it kind of like shrieks a little bit with a wail, and it shrivels back, and it looks pretty bad. It's getting to double death point. It's not looking.
Give up the ghost.
Whatever hell is after hell is where this thing is going.
Double hell.
Double hell. Where was I gonna go? New Jersey?
Perhaps.
All right.
It's
so
looking down in the Pine Barrens.
We will move on to the beginning of the initiative. I believe that was it. Yes, that was the last person. All right, back to the Bookromancer. He will pull out a book and point it towards. Let's see, who's all on the stalk right now? I guess it's okay. So I guess yeah, he's gonna point it towards the two of you underneath of him. And as he yanks it out, you see a green head poke out. Its two little ears sticking out, and it has this big, like snarl on its face. It's the face of an ogre, as some of you may be familiar with. And you just hear it yell, "Get out of my swamp!" And it just lays a very stinky growl as it shrieks at the two of you climbing up. Marguerite, who's all on the stalk right now? Ezio, you're the only one.
Ezio's frozen. I'm the only one physically on the stalk.
No, I'm 7 feet up the stalk, so yes. I'm below you. I am on the stalk.
Yeah. So, you are at the very bottom of the stalk. Yeah. So, I'm gonna say everyone who is around the stalk besides Ezio is going to have to make this check. However, you have to roll. If you are on the stalk, you have to roll with disadvantage, unfortunately. Let's see. Wait, where is it? Oh, okay, here it is. So as you know, this very oniony, muddy, sluggy smelling shriek screams out of this ogre's face. A center of concentrated, stinky ogre breath pushes at you, and you are going to need to roll dexterity saving throws. Martainn, you can just roll it normally. If you are climbing on the stalk, you have to roll it with disadvantage. 16. Martainn, as you kind of like cling on from the bottom, you manage to kind of like hold on to this like stalk in front of you and not have anything happen.
5.
Okay.
Oh shit!
I will wait on you.
Oh!
What was
We're falling
that?
down together.
Okay, you got an 8.
She got an 8.
All right. So yeah, the sheer force of this scream pushes you, and you lose your grip on the stalk, and you begin to plummet. Bam! You hit the ground first. You hit the ground.
My reaction to cast Featherfall on the two of them.
Yeah, sure. Can you do it to both of them with a reaction?
Yeah. Let me double check the wording of Featherfall. Choose up to 5 falling creatures
Sweet.
within range. Range being 60 feet.
Sweet.
Falling creatures rated percent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. The creature lands before the spell ends. It takes no falling damage. It can land on its feet. The spell ends for that creature.
And since you did make that and weren't knocked prone, that is perfect for you. You are both saved from crashing onto the ground by Featherfall, as you are. It's a very weird course of events. You are suddenly pushed really quickly and really hard in one direction, and all of a sudden you're just like, whoof, you stop and you descend very gracefully and fall. And you just see a fist shake
like,
from up above.
Parachutes fly up attached to you, and then you drift down.
That was pretty rad. Love that. Okay. Marguerite, so the two of you do Featherfall, but you are kind of like down on the ground. So what would you guys like to do now? You do have a non-copyright infringing ghost swirling around you all, and a Bookromancer who is much higher. By the way, he will use the rest of his movement speed to get another 20 feet up.
So it's going to take me half of my movement to get on my feet again, right?
How much? Yeah, half your movement to get up that stalk. But you can still like hit him if you have any ranged.
Oh, I thought it was prone. Am I?
No, you're good. The feather falling stopped you from going prone.
Okay. And how many feet in the air is Mr. Bookromancer now?
Let's see.
Wasn't that the Bookromancer's turn?
Yeah, so he
he
climbs. He climbs
Dementor
as he's doing
next?
this. No, so the Bookromancer, the Dementor is after Marguerite, Desdemona.
Desi.
Yeah. But the Bookromancer is. Yeah, he's like 30, 20, 90 feet.
Okay. Oh shit, he's out of my range now.
90 feet? I feel like that's not true.
No, my range with the short bow is only 80.
I think that's no. So 80 is what you need to be without being at disadvantage range. So you should be perfect, right?
Yeah, it's like 240.
Yeah, 240. Like that's ideal.
Okay. Excuse me. Oh, it says 80/320.
Yes.
I don't know what those numbers
That's
mean.
That's like the ideal range for a bow, for your bow.
Okay. I mean, I can't shoot a ghost. even if he's looking a little worse for wear.
You could try.
I don't think it's gonna work. He looks a little see-through.
A little bit.
And I haven't had the time to ask Martainn to enchant my bows or my arrows yet. So I'm not going to be able to shoot this guy either because I guess I'm a little disoriented from the fall. So I got a 7. So it's going real wide.
Okay, yeah, a little disoriented from all of the back and forth and falling and not falling. And you said you got a 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of goes a little off. You hear kind of somebody off in the distance. Someone's just like, "Oh, my foot! Oh, Jesus! Oh, God!" And it doesn't feel very good for that person. You don't know if that's related to your arrow, but it's a kind of a strange coincidence, don't you think? Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm not ready to start climbing up this rock again because, well, actually, just for info, how many feet in the air is Ezio right now?
Ezio, 30.
Okay, yeah, then I'm not ready to get up on the rock yet.
Okay. That is so. With that, we will move over to the Dementor. You guys are all in the same little area. So he is going to go to Ezio instead. Ezio, I'm very sorry, my friend. But as you are completely paralyzed, the saving throw does not really account. And he is going to start sucking your happiness. As you are conscious, you are just seeing this happen. And you see pure terror as he begins to fester and feed and scratch and bite at your soul. Not physically, but emotionally. It hits you right in the heart. And you feel your happiest memories, the memories of your clan, your friends, the people you grew up around, start to grow spotty, and you start to disregard names and faces. You start to lose some of that. But that will be the end of the Dementor's turn. After I'm gonna get sued, guys. I'm gonna get sued. The non-copyright infringement ghost. After that, we will go to Martainn. Martainn, you see your bird friend being chomped on emotionally, and you just watch your two friends get stanked to the bottom.
Well, I am out of power. For my more interesting spells, and really my only damaging thing is, well, the Bookromancer's out of range for it. So we're gonna finger guns the non-copyright infringing ghost monster.
Okay. With Ray of Frost?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all I got.
You watch it get hit by... Go ahead and roll.
That'll be a 25.
It hits. You watch it get hit by a ray of frost, everyone. That's all. Oh, go ahead and roll for damage, as a matter of fact.
4.
Okay. 4. Fantastic. You see the Dementor kind of just like the non-copyright... the Dementor is what it's called. You see the Dementor kind of sit there and watch it get a little chilly. Not much goes on. Okay.
Cool. And I start shimmying my way up the beanpole. Beanstalk, whatever.
Okay. You start shimmying your way up.
12 feet for me.
Okay. Got it. You get about 12 feet up. With that, we will move over to Ezio. Dun 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 dun. I need you to make a Constitution. No, that's not the one. Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
You've got a lot going on.
It's okay. It's a lot easier now. So hopefully.
That'd be a 9.
Ugh,
Oh. Ooh.
buddy.
You
Yeah.
just almost. You feel okay. As you kind of start to like you're at one end, you are completely frozen in place, but you're also frozen in fear. So this is just not looking great. You have a Dementor siphoning at you while you are frozen in fear, and you guys watch his wings start to twitch and twitch, but you still just can't manage to break out of this paralyzation. You're almost there. You are so close. But I'm sorry, not yet. Okay, we'll move over to Marguerite.
Oh my god.
We gotta get back on the beanstalk, I guess.
All right, you're gonna start climbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start climbing.
Okay, you start climbing.
Can I use my action just to climb more?
I think your action is climbing. If you're gonna climb.
That's fine. Yeah, climb. I didn't know if that was the same as
I guess
movement.
you can. Well, I mean, let's
That would
see.
be the dash action?
Yeah, you want to use your dash? Let's see. How does dash work if you're climbing? I don't think you can really. You know what?
I just want to go up. It doesn't matter.
Make a strength check. Make a strength check as you're climbing.
Okay, cool. I definitely have -2.
Yikes.
So that's a 17.
Okay, well that's great. 17. So I will allow you to move. You're going to be able to move your normal movement speed with the 17. And anybody else who wants to make a strength check as they are climbing for their action will be able to double their their climbing speed. So just like your normal movement speed. But that will be using your action.
Sounds good.
Got it.
That's fine. I'm trying to scurry.
Yeah, you're scurrying up. You see Marguerite go even faster. You want to see some real speed? You watch Marguerite just George of the Jungle up these vines, and she's like, oh, and she's up there. She's like crazy jungle gym athletics. And with that, we will move over back to the beginning. He's just gonna climb the Bookromancer. He is pretty high up. You see him start to disappear around the clouds. But that will be the rest of his turn. Back to Desdemona. Oh, I will say, as he disappears around the clouds, Ezio, you are no longer paralyzed with paralyzation. You're just paralyzed with fear. So,
I would.
Yeah, so, that's great. He is out of range, and that is no longer affecting you, the stopwatch. So you see him kind of like slump as the Bookromancer falls away, but the non-copyright infringement ghost is still siphoning him away, and you see him kind of like start to float down. Not very fast, but he is floating as this, this ghost is like siphoning away at his happiness. And Desdemona, please tell us what you would like to do.
I can't see him anymore, right? So I don't.
In the clouds.
I don't think I'm gonna try and Hail Mary hit him. So yeah, I think I'm gonna follow in Marguerite's steps and just see how far up the stalk I can get after her.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check.
I got a 2.
All right, so with a 2, you're not really able to get any more speed done. It's not gonna. You're able to go your normal climbing speed, but you can't get any higher.
Okay. Okay.
So you are able to get your normal climbing speed up, which is like should be 15, right? You can go 30. Yeah. Okay, so 15 feet up. And that will be then the Dementor's turn. So I'm gonna need you to make a. I am going to need you to make a Wisdom saving throw, Ezio.
No, don't change the dice, because maybe another d20 will not roll low.
Mayhaps.
That would be a 10.
Okay. Not quite. You see, you start to, well, you don't really. You start to forget. Things are being replaced. Happiness is being replaced by nothing but your worst memories. And you start to see everything that has scared you in the past being relived over and over and over.
Oh, that's like every Tuesday of his.
It is a bad nightmare. Luckily, you're not taking any damage physically, just emotionally and psychologically. And that will be the end of the non-copyright infringement ghost's turn. And we will slide over to Martainn. Martainn.
Yo. Yes. Yeah, I know you need magic items. I do too. I need to gain a level. Then I can start making stuff. Yeah. Oh. I got. You know what? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna climb and then dash action up.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and do your thing.
Because, yeah. 17?
Yeah, so you're able to. You're good with the 17. You're able to get your normal movement speed up. So you're pretty high. You guys are leaving poor Ezio to deal with this Dementor, this
He can fly. It's fine.
Dementor.
Listen, my sole form of attacking with a single hand, it's not doing great. Because I'm not going to try to bust out my crossbow.
Fair.
Well, I'm trying to climb.
That's fair. So you do your climb. All right, we will slide over to Marguerite. No, Ezio. Ezio, it is your turn, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your saving throw.
Since that die rolled a 10, actually, that would be a 18.
Fantastic! Ezio.
We love to hear it.
You hear as everything starts to fade. Every happy moment you've ever had begins to fade. You hear in the back of your mind a voice. Ezio, it's not time yet. The voice of your adopted father speaking to you, snapping you out of this fear. And you see his wings sprout up and the Dementor is pushed back. What would you like to do? I'm gonna let you take an action. All right.
Oh.
So,
Let's see what
It's been a while.
Let's see, don't have any any magic.
I just want to clarify. I never said that this thing could not be hit with non-magical items. I just said it's not as hit, like painful. I just want to clarify this. I don't know if I was confusing earlier.
You just said ghost, and I think we all assumed.
Yeah.
Can't stab a ghost. Knock it in its skull.
I mean, can it just claw at its face?
Sure, you can do that. Go ahead and roll an attack.
And now the dice betray me.
No.
Well,
That's a 4.
all right, so yeah, you go to like swipe at this thing, but it's just like as it gets launched back from your snapping back to reality, it does just manage to like get out of your grasp, but it starts to like swirl around you. It still wants that happiness that he was eating at before. But you do see your friend Ezio free. What do you want to like do anything else? Try and get away from this Dementor. Try and climb.
Just gonna use the dash action to just keep flying further.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'll say since you're flying, let's do a dexterity instead of a strength.
You want anything? Just plain dexterity?
Just roll a dexterity check to add to your movement speed.
That'd be a 9.
Okay, so yeah, you get your movement speed up, but you can't get any higher. That is a-okay, though. You are away from this monster, and your friends, they're looking at you, and they're like, what up? You guys got anything to say to your friend who just snapped away from a ghost?
Damn good job.
All right. Marguerite.
Yay!
That's crazy.
What would you like to do? You still got a ghost lingering out.
I can't. Well, how far away is it?
It's around your level. You're probably just a little higher than it now.
I don't know, man. What can I even do about it?
You have Firebolt.
I do not. I have
Catch
Thunder
magic
Wave. I'm also out of
missiles.
spell slots because we never
Thunder
took a rest.
You did not.
Hell yeah! If I want to injure everyone around me.
Yeah,
Thunder
no, please don't.
wave.
Do you have any trips?
Was I bright when I put together this character? No. Was I looking to have a good time? Yes.
You know what? That's the important part, anyways.
I can't really do anything about this ghost. I'm happy to go try and stab it, but
You could always try.
yeah, I want to stab the ghost.
Okay.
Roll the hit.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, I've got a 17 to hit.
Okay, a 17 does hit.
Perfect. And then I've got... Let me roll this real quick. Oh, gosh. I got a 7. Damage.
7. Okay, so with 7 damage, that's actually going to be halved. It's going to be halved. Because it is
God
resistant.
damn it!
So, it is
Just
resistant.
7?
Yeah, so
Fear
I'll give you the benefit of the
Okay.
doubt. I'll say that you stabbed it pretty dang well, and it won't be rounded down. It'll be rounded up. So, this
thank you.
ghost.
I
this
really went for the
ghost
gusto.
is like, ow, dick, you just stabbed me. But guess what? I'm a
This is
ghost, so
us.
it only hurt a little bit, but it still hurt.
The ghost is speaking to me?
Yeah,
I want to tell the
it has
ghost
a
it's
very.
a bitch.
You're a bitch.
You're a bitch.
Fine, but guess what? I almost killed your friend. Okay.
But you did it!
Not yet. And this ghost,
Oops.
now that it has taken the damage that it just did, it is looking pretty bad again. It seemed like after it took that ray of frost earlier, it was a little bit better, but it's back to being bad. It's kind of in shambles. It's not floating as nicely before, and it's teetering the edge of double death again. Okay. We will move on then, I suppose. Back to the beginning. Bookromancer's out. To you, Desdemona.
Okay, so I see that the ghost thing can take damage, so I am going to try and shoot it with my bow, but because I have to only grip the stock with my legs, then I'm going to roll at disadvantage for that.
Okay. I got half of that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of. It's just a
Hello?
little stretched out.
Yeah. Copy.
I want to shoot at the ghost,
Got it.
but because I have to grip the stock with my legs, I'm going to be rolling at disadvantage because of balance.
Fair. You know what? That's fine. I appreciate the thought out perspective on this. And the imagery is quite funny.
Yeah, and it does. I got a 4.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Ezio, you see an arrow fly past you. But it doesn't hit you, so that's good. And would you like to do anything else?
I'm just going to go up another 15 feet.
Okay, you are up another 15 feet. You're getting pretty high up. Probably should be a little careful, but you're good so far. We will go to the ghost. The ghost will cascade its way over to you again, Marguerite, because you did just hit it. And it's going to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
I got 16.
You see as it starts to try and siphon at your happiness, it just can't quite latch on to you. But you are
That's right.
okay.
I'm a miserable bitch. Get out of here.
I will have your soul. It might have your soul. Who knows? And we will end his turn and slide over to Martainn. Martainn, what would you like to do?
Yeah. I'm just gonna shimmy up a little bit, just the 12 feet.
Okay.
And you know what? The hell with it. I'm gonna try to get my crossbow out and get it in position to shoot at this thing.
Okay.
So
go ahead and do
the
it.
whole disadvantage and all that. Since when I did my Ray of Frost, it did not look super effective. Oh, sweet. Okay, so that's a 21.
Nice. Go ahead and roll. That wasn't natural, was it?
No, 21.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like a natural 20. Okay. Gotcha.
No.
All right.
It was a natural 16.
Got you. Very natural. Roll for your damage.
9.
All right. Half of that. And regardless, you see as it takes this little bit of damage, the ghost kind of lurches back and it begins to fall into a cloud and a pile of snow, and its robes fall onto the ground on top of that. And it's very hot outside, so that snow immediately melts. But that spot is a little wet. I mean, it's nice, that's first water. You do defeat the non-copyright infringing ghost. And that will be the end of the initiative, because the Bookromancer has long been gone. Well, I mean, maybe for what was it, 30 seconds maybe?
A couple turns.
Yeah, so 6:12, yeah. All right. Okay. So what would you guys like to do? You guys don't have to roll any more checks if you want to climb, if you guys need to do any situations here to heal.
Yeah, no, I pass out the salves. I made these with the
Okay.
the alchemist.
The fruit lady.
Yeah.
All right.
So, since I have the explorer's pack, how long is the rope on there?
A rope?
The 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, would
50
it be
feet of
safe if I tied a rope up somewhere so we could all grab it and it's easier for you guys to climb?
I mean, if you guys would like to do that. Are you asking me or the team?
I'm just asking if that's a good idea. So, and then I could use, because I'm trying to use it for something.
There are no bad ideas.
Yeah.
Before we go up and then potentially get warped to another dimension, I want to go back down to the apothecary real quick, and get the cow back to the lady.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot about that.
All right. So you guys want to go back to the apothecary. By the way, for the healing salve, I'm assuming everyone takes theirs, right?
I'm holding on to my...
You may have 5 uses with this healing salve. This healing salve will heal 1d4 every use.
Okay.
You can use it as frequently as you need to. You can use all charges at once, or you can use as little as you want. There's no limit to how many you can use a day, but you only have 5 uses. Martainn, you're welcome to... actually, Martainn and Desdemona, as you did do it together, if you'd like to try and make this again, I will not stop you. But you do have to find the ingredients. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Also, I guess while I'm walking with everyone, I just ask, how do you use magic?
How do you use it?
Well, mine is powered by my backpack. I don't actually make magic myself. It's technological replication of magical effects. Though,
Yeah.
Madame Marguerite here, I get the feeling yours is innate.
Yeah, born with it.
I get the feeling that
So
if
it's not
we're
Maybelline.
if we're dealing with magic, at least I should start learning a little.
I mean, I can show you how mine works.
I don't know if I can teach you, but I'm happy to help.
Plus, I'm pretty well versed in magical theory.
Anything that could help. Yes.
Yeah. Dual major, maybe? A minor?
To use some magical items. Do you know how to enchant objects or Marguerite?
I have a few schematics. I can't quite make them just yet.
Okay, maybe we can work on them together. I got pretty used to live, or I got pretty good at being scrappy and creative out in the desert. So I might be able to help you build some stuff, you know?
Okay.
Plus, in return, I know a good amount about mercenary companies if you need to, like, help selling items and stuff to them. I could introduce you to them.
Should we be chasing this man up the beanstalk?
We gotta, Martin made a promise, we gotta return the cow first. He kind of bought the cow, we traded for the cow, and we gotta return the cow, so. Then we'll go get the man again.
Okay, sure. Should we leave someone here to guard the beanstalk?
I mean, think you'd be able to?
I mean, I'm happy to give it a shot.
Okay.
I will stay and guard the beanstalk. That is fine.
Okay.
Ezio, since you have quite the gift of mobility, think you might
I am.
be Madame Marguerite's champion in this and give her a hand.
All right. Yeah.
Me and Ezio till we die. Quite literally.
Down that. We'll hurry back. Let's get on in it.
Yeah, we're just going dropping the cow off and then.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys go pick up the cow. Oh dear, that was quite the show outside. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Was that some fellow you met at the party the other day?
I don't remember telling this person the party lie, but
somebody told him the party. Maybe not. But
I've been telling everyone we went to a party.
If this was the alchemist, then it's like, I don't.
The alchemist was the fruit vendor too.
Okay, so
yeah, the fruit vendor does know.
Yeah, he actually spiked the punch with something nasty, and
oh my word!
We're kind of going after him.
In today's society,
very rude.
What a fool! I must get rid. Wow, Shrek is in chat spam botting me. I have to get rid of him. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Ed, your first spam bot.
Oh.
Aw, how cute.
I know, and his name is Ogre. How could he do that? He's banned. What a shame. I mean, okay.
They hear all the time, but after a while.
Anyway, so you get your cow, and you guys are going to go return it to Jack and Mama?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You get back to the farmhouse, the little dairy ranch, and you see Jack and his mom outside talking. They're not as angry as before, but they see you return with the cow, and their eyes kind of lighten up, and they're like, "Oh my word, Betsy, you have her."
Yeah. Managed to get her back, and so.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
So, where exactly was my cow? She kind of looks over at Jack, because he claims he sold it for magic beans.
Oh, the apothecary / fruit vendor had her.
You bought beans from that psychopath, Jack. And Jack's like, yeah, I mean, she had magic beans. I thought it was cool. And I thought it was going to help us. And they kind of go back and forth a little bit, talking about, like, how crazy of an idea that was. And how, like, magic beans could do nothing ever. It makes no sense. As a giant shadow is covering their house from a beanstalk that just grew to the clouds. So.
As much as I'd love to be here for this,
Yeah, we have
Simply must be off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hang on to your cow.
thank you very much. I will keep her very safe until, maybe we could turn her into steaks. I don't know. And then Jack starts crying. And you guys head back. I'm assuming.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Get away from the awkward family situation happening? Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you return to the beanstalk. Your two friends are dead. No, they're guarding the beanstalk.
Unfortunate.
They're guarding the beanstalk. I'm sure. What were you guys talking about while they were gone?
Stocks.
Got it. Stocks.
Yeah.
Like, beanstalks.
Stalks. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys get that cow back?
Yeah, all good.
All right. I'm ready for some climbing if you guys are.
I think that's where we got ahead.
Okay. Does anybody need to do anything before you climb this stalk?
I wish we could take a nap.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to.
I feel like a rest to get spell slots back might be detrimental in timing for chasing down, a thief.
Okay. That's fair. You. Are you guys ready to climb then?
I
Yeah.
am. I myself up, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So you guys start climbing the stalk. It's a lot easier when there's no ghosts or bookromancers attacking you. And you climb and you climb, one foot, one hand after the next, and you eventually do, indeed, reach the top. You look around and you see a puff of clouds kind of emerge, and as you kind of stick your hands, the clouds go from being this like wet, like cold feeling to a lot thicker, almost like a very fine pulled together cotton, and you kind of just manage to stick your body through. But these clouds are so thick you could stand on them, and they can hold a lot more than just you, because as you look around, you see a ginormous, massive scale castle sitting on the clouds. And you hear a loud, grumbling snore coming from somewhere within those castle walls. As you glance around the property, you notice a greenhouse. You notice the clucking of very large chickens or ducks or some kind of large normal birds, just big, not the kind of birds that Ezio is, domestic birds, with giant eggs. You see something very shimmery coming from that area, but you do hear a loud snoring noise.
Can I make a perception check to see if I notice anything else, or like some footprints in the clouds, or I guess a trail of our floating wizard friend?
You absolutely can.
So that's just a flat d20.
Yeah, so you roll a d20 plus your is it wisdom? I think. No, you have a perception modifier at the bottom. You can
Yeah.
So add your perception. It's underneath your stats.
I can do math. I got an 8, so probably not much.
So is it an 8 plus or is it just a flat 8?
Flat 8.
Yeah, so you don't notice anything too out of the ordinary, but you do see like the shining kind of coming through. Yeah, so you do see the shining kind of like sticking through the kind of bird area, but nothing too out of the ordinary.
No way to tell where our foe went.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I can't like figure out where our foe went. Our wizard friend, Bookromancer.
You weren't really seeing any trails from with the ape,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Does anybody else see anything, guys? I don't. I think Martainn might run away from us.
See, I could fly up and check, see if I see anything. That would be a 11.
An 11. Got it. So with an 11, a little bird's eye. You know what? I'm gonna say because you're flying with like a bird's eye view, you can do an advantage roll.
Okay. That would be a 13.
Okay. I'll say with a 13, you see. You can notice that in around inside of the coop area, in the little greenhouse, the chickens seem to be a little bit disturbed. They're kind of like their feathers are being ruffled, and it's just not a very fun time.
Okay. So I land down and go over to say, the chickens are acting weird, but other than that, I don't see anything else.
All right. Well, I'm jumping over there. Anyone else?
I mean, might as well. We came all the way up here.
Sure.
That's true.
Okay, so you guys go over to the coop. This coop is very big. The door is huge, but because it's like a chain link fence, you could kind of just walk right through it, if you really wanted to.
I want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
right
you
through.
walk right through this like chicken fence. You manage to get through, and you hear like a rustling coming from and like the grumbling voice, and he's like, "Where is this damn goose at?" And you just hear like things being pushed away from somewhere in this coop. You're not quite sure where, but you see feathers flying around and loud clucking and bucking around.
No, that'd
How
be.
big are chickens? Like, do I
They're bigger than you.
like? Am I? So I'd be underfoot of them if I started to like head towards them.
You'd be what?
I'd be like underfoot of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, no, I wouldn't say that quite that. Like, if they are sitting down, your head comes to like just under where their neck would be. So they're like very big, plump, and around.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take the risk then of getting trampled by these chickens and start heading towards them and trying to find the source of this disturbance.
Okay. Um, does anybody else want to follow in her footsteps, or just her for now?
Yeah, I'll go along.
Go
Okay.
find a place to hide.
You're gonna hide. Okay, that's fine. You can
Yeah,
make a
and-
stealth check. Marguerite, are you going with them?
He walks by, so.
I'll stick with the group.
Okay. Well, Ezio's looking for a place to hide, and the
My
chicken
stealth would be a 18.
Okay, 18. So yeah, you managed to find within the hay, within the chickens, you probably like curl in, you kind of camouflage in with one of the chicken's feathers. And the rest of you are, perusing around this area, and the chickens aren't necessarily bothered by you. They might kind of like stick their head and like look around at you as you're walking by. But it seems like the closer you get to what they're keeping guard, their eggs, the more antsy they get. But as long as you guys realize you're staying kind of clear of their eggs and just like going past them and not really bothering or touching them, they're not bothering you back. But yeah, you kind of go along. So you guys are just trying to go towards that voice, right?
Yeah, I want to try and suss out the source of this disturbance.
So you see a voice, and as you kind of approach the back of this chicken coop, you see a giant plate kind of like fly backwards towards you and kind of just crash. Not necessarily directed at you, just kind of like launching back. And the chickens start to like flap their wings, they get really antsy and like shaking around. And you see a giant version of this Bookromancer, and he is standing by a small bottle that you may recognize from the last book you were in, and it is a little bit drank out of, but it is sitting kind of like down you. It's around your size, perfect for you, in fact. However, he is very big. And looking around, stomping, grumbling, and he just can't find this goose that he is looking for. And he kind of like peels off into the next room of this area.
He hasn't noticed us yet?
He is very big, and if you recall, the rabbit would not hear you when you were that size.
Okay. I'm gonna confer with the group. Guys, what do you think? He's huge. Guys, I don't think if I hit him that he would even feel it.
You think he can feel something?
I think if I hit him with my arrow, I don't know if he'd notice. And I don't know if it would like actually hurt him. Look how big he is. That's giant.
Do we want to drink the potion?
Is there potion left to drink?
There is potion left to drink. I would say if you all nip from it, you can manage to take a sip.
Do we want to be big?
I mean, we do need to get the book back from this individual. It's going to be difficult to do that while the book is freaking huge.
Let's drink it.
Do we see any of the things that will make him small?
You can roll a perception check. Are you asking me
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah. So you don't see anything in this area necessarily. It seems like whatever was like making people grow and big was something from that last world you were in. However, he seems like he's been collecting things. So it might be an item that he has with him. Who knows? But as that is happening, and you hear all of this cluttering and clucking from the other room, you hear the thief yell, "Finally!" And you see him grab a goose by the neck and throw it off to the side. And he picks up a giant golden egg in his hands, and he kind of just like chuckles with laughter, and he slides it into his bag. And you hear the snoring from the distance stop, and you hear boof, 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 loud, thunderous footsteps, and the clouds around your feet begin to grow dark.
Shit.
That
if we stay small, we might not have to fight this battle.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm looking something up, guys.
Fee.
I have a proficiency.
Fo. Fum.
I have a proficiency in animal handling because I'm a wood elf.
Okay.
Would it
handle the goose?
I don't want to handle the goose. I think I want to try and see if I can like calm one of the chickens down enough to sort of like be a shield for us or be something that we can hide around or behind. Don't behind while we wait to see like how this rapidly approaching giant footsteps problem plays out, but I don't know how I would do that.
So you just are okay. So are you asking me if you would like to hide around the chickens, or you want to try and calm the chickens to see if they'll let you hide with them, or like?
Yes, that.
Okay, so the second one. So I'll let you roll animal handling. And if anybody wants to help her with this, you can roll at advantage, or if y'all rather just hide in general, like Ezio did, that is fine. Ezio is hidden, and she is trying to use this chicken as a hide.
I don't have any proficiency in animal handling, so
I
That's
would
not
say
a nat 20.
as long as she does, because she can roll at advantage if you guys are giving her a hand. But
I got a nat 20, so even without advantage, that's a 23 right now.
Okay.
So
well,
I'm pretty
she
confident in this
is
chicken and me.
this chicken. You kind of you come up to it and you're shushing it and you're like very motherly loving this chicken, and it starts to go from its very frantic to a very calming phase as you kind of you pet the chicken, and it seems to calm down. And if you'd like to nestle in with the chicken who is hiding with the eggs, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I just want to sort of become a chicken for a little bit here.
Okay. So you guys, so you're hiding. Is anybody else hiding with her?
yeah, no. That feels like a good idea. Be somewhere less.
Sure, I'll hide with them.
Okay, well, you two gotta make stealth checks then.
Okay.
Okay.
Ezio, you're hidden. And Desdemona, you are also hidden, so you two are fine.
I rolled
I got 15.
16.
15, 16? Yeah, you guys managed to get with the chicken hide fine. Ezio, you're kind of like off by yourself, but you're all still kind of close enough together that it's not that big a deal. You see if you guys peek out, you manage to get a couple glimpses of the frantically panicking kind of Bookromancer as he seems to be fishing for a book through his satchel, and you hear, "I smell the blood of." You hear a loud nostrils. "What are you? Who are you? You aren't the men from below. They're something different, something new." And you see a giant head peek in, eyeball, poking and perusing through. And if you glance again, the Bookromancer is gone. But there is a very scary, tall giant wearing nothing but a kilt, a big beer belly sticking out, hairy. You can see a little tattoo of a little heart. It says "Mom," a little arrow shooting through it on his belly. He's got a big beard and curly hair. He looks like he just got up from a nap. He has some bags around his eyes, and he walks into his coop, stomping. "Where are you?" And he is going to roll.
Initiative?
Not initiative. He's going to roll to see if he can find where you are hiding. He did not roll very well, so he is going to start looking through. He's going to be starting to pick up the chickens very carefully. They are his chickens. He's not going to start throwing them around like the other guy did. He's like, "Where is my goose at?" He's like, picking up the chickens, petting them, and he's getting closer and closer to where you are.
And so, did the Bookromancer take the goose?
The Bookromancer picked up the egg and put it in his bag. The goose
Okay.
got thrown off somewhere. So
And he's getting closer?
yes, this giant is getting closer.
Okay.
I don't. I'm trying to think.
Do we want to try and make a distraction, or do we want to fight this guy?
I'm gonna step out to the side.
If I
You're gonna step out?
Would he think
Yeah.
it's another chicken?
Okay.
I feel like he's gonna be
Martainn,
angry or be
Martainn!
surprised by me.
So Martainn step in.
This is already gonna be a surprise, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna step out.
We'll do that first then. Martainn steps out.
God.
And the giant pokes his head and he says, "You!" You see he's holding a giant wooden mallet and he points it at you. "What are you doing in my house? What are you doing to my chickens? What have you done to my goose?"
We didn't do anything to your goose. We were hiding in the chickens. The man that threw your goose is the man we were chasing. We don't want anything in your house. We're not here for a fight.
Roll
except with
persuasion.
The man that attacked your goose.
Got it.
19.
19.
Ooh.
You see the giant kind of calm down and loosen his grip on his club, and he puts it off to his side. "Who else is here? You said we."
I have some friends. They're a little bit scared right now. Can you promise that
Hey,
you
do I know where Ezio is?
You did see him hide, but you know what? Make it like an insight check.
Okay.
If you can beat his hide roll, then you will know.
I got a 17.
You did not beat his hide roll.
Oh, damn it. Okay, never mind.
He
I'll step out.
kind of like jumps back as another one of you steps out, and he's like, "Is that one of your friends, or is that a thief?"
No,
I'm one of his friends.
She's one of my friends. She's a noble lady. She's nice.
Noblemen and women taste the best if you try anything.
Now, is that polite?
This is my house. This is literally my
It's
house.
And we're chasing someone that has been wreaking havoc in people's lands and in other people's houses. We tried to get him before he could get up here, but he's slippery.
Is that why there's a giant fucking stalk that just tore through my front lawn? Do you know how much I had a lot of work I did. I did the hedges. I just retilled the clouds. Ugh.
That's 100% his fault.
Your other
True.
friends
He grew
better
a giant
come
stalk
real
and then
Being a business douche.
I didn't hear what he was saying.
Sorry. Your other friends better come out very quickly.
I do as I'm told.
I just kind of pop my head.
As you might want to.
He kind of like crosses his arms, and he's like, this was a lot of work. I only managed to take a nap for so many months at a time, and you come in to my house, disturb my slumber. It's been a hard time. I have to take care of the chickens now. They're all disturbed. I have to fix the coop. My poor goose, his neck is going to be hurt. What do you want from me?
You nothing. You want the man
not a thing.
hurt your goose.
Well, where is he? I will handle that myself. And he kind of slaps the club, and you feel like a wave of...
kind of disappeared when you came in. We've been hunting him down, but we
Roll
looked
another
over when you
persuasion
came in.
check.
'Cause I don't know what the hell happened to him.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
Okay. He still looks a little. He looks a little not so sure, but you have been honest with him, and he doesn't not believe you, and you did come out, so he's not going to be angry, and he's like, disappeared. How could he have just disappeared?
He's got a magic book that lets him teleport between worlds, as far as we've been able to tell. And it's those worlds that he's been stealing stuff from. And he stole your goose's egg.
Little Clarence?
And we clearly can't have
No.
it because we are very small.
He stole Clarence's egg. Clarence Jr.
Yes.
This is terrible.
Yes.
Where I have to go kill him. I will hunt him to the ends of the earth.
That's the thing. We don't know where he went.
Well,
unless there's a portal, like any auras of a portal still up, then if you give me a moment, I can look for any magical auras that may have been left out.
I don't know the words you speak, little one, but
I can look for the portal that he took.
Okay, you find this
and it will harm nothing.
portal. But I want you out of my house. Please.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah, right after we check for the portal, we can leave.
He's gonna kind of like put his club off to the side and it's like hanging on a hook. And he's just like, he's gonna like take a seat and he's just gonna be like pinching his temples like, why is it every time I try to take a nap, somebody comes up, some stalk. And he's just gonna be grumbling and whining to himself. And if you'd like to look around.
And I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Yeah. You are very easily able to detect from the room that guy went into, the Bookromancer. There is a very, very strong magical presence coming from that room. Something immensely, insanely powerful.
Am I able to tell what school?
Yeah. Probably.
Was that a how dare you?
Yes, it was a how dare you. The school of magic that portals come from. Abjuration, I guess.
Okay.
Of magic.
Can you?
Conjuration, I
okay,
mean.
he went in that door, sir, giant. Can you open it for us?
Of course, sure. He opens the door, and as he does, the bottle that you saw earlier kind of rolls out of the way, and you see a giant, very large book sitting in that room, and yeah, it's like pulling, much like the portals from before did.
Guys, I think our only option is to go through.
Yeah. Sorry for disturbing your nap. Just on our way now.
We might want to take a nip from the bottle before we go through.
Or can we just take the bottle with us and find out when we get there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hell with it. Yeah, that
if
sounds
anything, can you recreate what's in the bottle?
It'll take a little bit of analysis, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what are you guys doing? You drinking from the bottle? You waiting to drink?
I think we're gonna pick up the bottle and take it with us through the book.
Yeah.
Okay. The giant looks at you all and he says, "Wait,
before you go through,
Yes.
I'd like to show my gratitude or whatever. So please take this before you go. It should help restore you to whatever it is you are when you wake up in the morning.
Which means
Oh, that'd be handy.
Oh, yes, give me them spell slots.
So he kind of places a giant cake in front of you all. But if you'd like to take a bite from it, it's there. He pulls it out of his pocket.
Yes.
So it's not
Yeah,
the
that's
nicest
perfect.
looking
I'll
cake.
eat the pocket cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to take a bite of a pocket
You guys
cake.
take a bite out of the pocket cake. It tastes like somebody slept on it for 3 months. But it's chocolatey and moist. A little too
And
moist.
sweaty.
Sweaty. And there's like a
Sweaty cake.
there's like a giant hair in it. But
I mean, it's giant. I'm sure we can eat around the hair.
yeah, you can eat around the hair. You can eat around the hair for sure. But it's not that bad. You know, it could be worse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like it's a little too moist, but it's like not the worst. And you guys are maxed life. Your spell slots are restored. It's very comforting. It's very comforting. A little weird, but comforting.
The effects of a long rest, basically.
Yes, the effects of a long
love
rest, just in case. And with that, what would you like to do?
Thank you, Sir Giant. And then I'm heading through the portal.
All right.
Who wants to carry the potion?
Have space in that. I'll carry it.
Okay.
Okay.
You watch Martainn
Desi's got the
without
potion.
a second thought
All
jump
right.
through the portal. Alley-oop. Desdemona picks up the portal.
So,
All right.
I'll jump.
Y'all jump
Follow
through
the
the portal.
Yep.
Do, one after the other. You swirl around and are siphoned in to this portal. And you're brought in. What do we got? What time is it right now? It's 9:03. We can keep going because I don't foresee this next area being super long, or we can stop now if you'd like.
I think the pace of the one book per episode makes sense.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay. I can do a little bit more planning for this next area to prolong it then. All right. That is great. Good job, everybody. You have managed to survive Billy and the Beanstalk, we'll call it. Even though the guy's name was still Jack. Who was Billy?
I think
Who knows?
that's royalty free, so.
Yeah.
The guy that was selling the jewel. No.
Oh,
He was
Chip and the Beanstalk.
He was Chip.
Chip in the costume jewelry.
Exactly. The names of these books have all been changed now that
with
you
the
changed
unrelated
world.
beanstalk.
All right.
How Return Simulator.
It's very good. Good job, everybody. That was a fun session. I appreciate you all coming.
So much for running it.
Of course.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah, no.
The lot of you.
Not fighting the giant felt like a good idea.
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
I had it ready just in case, but I was. I'm glad you guys talked it out, because the giant I wrote him as an NPC and not specifically combat.
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us in chat as well. For who are viewers that came in. I appreciate everybody being here. Good job tonight. I feel like things went out by pretty smoothly. Okay. With that, I guess I bid everyone adieu in chat. Radical. Let me end the stream.
Everybody have a good night.
Yeah,
Great
have a great
night.
night. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I'll do shout outs. Everybody. Okay. So, we'll go from an order for picture appearance. Queso, go ahead. Shout out your handle. Woo. Do it.
Oh, my name's Queso Cactus. You can find me everywhere there.
Yeah, it's on there. Queso Cactus on Twitch, TikTok, etc. Margot, any handles you want to shout out?
You can find me under Margot Giordano on YouTube, and you can find me most nights in Pizza Shop.
Radical. All right, Joe, go quick. Martainn, let's do this.
You can find me as Grunt Joe in the places that I want to be found, and if you find me anywhere else, no, you didn't.
Got it. And Ezio Beanie.
I mean, you could find me on YouTube, Twitch as King Beanie, and that's pretty much the place that I want to tell you about.
Got it. All right. You can find me at Not20Chef on TikTok, and you already know where to find me on Twitch because we're here. Thank you all for joining us, and have a good night.